You've felt it, haven't you? Something in him is shifting. His body doesn't look the same, his energy doesn't feel the same. And no matter how hard he tries, he can't hide it anymore. Before reunion, the divine masculine changes in ways you can see. His sleep becomes restless. His eyes carry a new weight. His habits begin to break apart. And his entire aura starts to feel unfamiliar. Because his soul is breaking through the surface. This is not coincidence. This is not imagination. These are the physical signs that his body is preparing for you, that the universe is aligning him for the moment. He can no longer resist this bond. And once you recognize these changes, you'll know. Reunion isn't just coming. It's already happening inside him. When the soul awakens, the body cannot stay the same. The divine masculine has tried to resist in his mind, deny in his words, and to even bury you in silence. But his body always reveals the truth. It begins to show what his ego refuses to admit. The bond is alive and it is changing him from the inside out. You may not see it at first, but the signs are there. His posture shifts. His face looks different. His energy feels heavier or restless when he's near. He may even seem distracted, as if something invisible is pulling at him. That something is the weight of the connection pressing on his physical form. Have you ever noticed how his eyes look different when he's around you? Softer, yet unsettled, as if they carry something he can't put into words? Doesn't it amaze you how, even when he tries to act normal, his energy betrays him? This is the body's truth speaking louder than the ego's mask. The masculine's body reacts because the soul cannot stay contained. His chest feels tight when he resists. His hands shake when he's near you, but trying to hide what he feels. His sleep is disrupted because his subconscious is working overtime, showing him the bond in dreams he cannot escape. The more he runs, the more his body carries the cost. And here is what you must understand. The body doesn't lie. He may deny, he may avoid, he may silence himself, but the body always reveals the pressure of truth. His restlessness is proof. His exhaustion is proof. His physical shifts are proof. No mask can cover what the soul is doing inside of him. So if you feel him changing, if you see the subtle signs in his face, his body, his presence, trust it. These are not random changes. These are confirmations that his soul is already moving toward reunion. Because when the bond is this strong, the body cannot hide it. One of the first physical signs that the divine masculine is being pulled toward reunion is the way his sleep begins to change. What once felt like deep rest now becomes restless nights, constant waking, and dreams that shake him awake in the middle of the night. His soul is speaking louder than his body can handle, and it shows. The masculine often carries his resistance in the daytime. He distracts himself, buries himself in work, surrounds himself with noise, anything to avoid what he feels. But when night falls and the world goes quiet, there is no hiding. The dreams come, the images of you, the conversations that never happened, the moments that replay until he can't escape them. They flood his sleep. Have you ever felt a wave of his energy late at night, as if he was reaching for you in silence? Have you ever woken up from a vivid dream about him, only to realize he was likely dreaming of you too? That's the bond showing itself, alive in the one place his ego cannot interfere, the subconscious. This restless sleep is not random. It is part of his awakening. His soul is using the dream space to break through the illusions his ego built. That's why his sleep feels heavy, why his body struggles to rest, why he wakes up exhausted even after hours in bed. His dreams are not just dreams, they are reminders. And sometimes those dreams feel so real that he cannot shake them during the day. A conversation with you that echoes. A vision of your face that lingers. A sense that you're near, even if you're far. These dreams haunt him because they're not fantasy. They're messages. His body reacts because his soul is showing him what he tried to deny. The more restless his nights become, the closer reunion gets. Because this process strips away his control. It weakens his defenses. It breaks down his ego. Until eventually he can no longer deny that the bond is alive. Not only in his heart, but in every breath, every thought, every dream. So if you've been waking up at strange hours, feeling his energy around you, or having dreams that feel more real than reality, trust it. You're not imagining things. His restless sleep is proof that the connection is pressing on him, and that reunion is already moving closer. They say the angel of widows to the soul, and for the divine masculine, this could not be more true. No matter how much he hides, no matter how carefully he tries to control his words or action, his eyes always give him away. When the bond begins pressing on him before reunion, you will notice subtle but undeniable changes in his gaze. Sometimes his eyes look restless, almost haunted, as if they carry the weight of memories he can't erase. Other times, they soften when they meet yours, full of longing, tenderness, and a truth his ego cannot put into words. His mouth may stay silent, but his eyes speak everything. Have you ever locked eyes with him and felt your entire body vibrate with recognition? Have you ever seen him look away too quickly, as if he's afraid you'll see what he's feeling? That is not coincidence. His eyes are betraying what his heart refuses to confess. Before reunion, the masculine's eyes begin to shift because the soul is taking over. His pupils may dilate when you're near. His expression may soften in unexpected moments, or his gaze may linger longer than he intended. These are physical signs his body cannot control. His eyes mirror the truth of his soul. That no matter what he says, no matter how far he runs, he is still bound to you. And sometimes, those eyes carry exhaustion. Sleepless nights and restless dreams leave them heavy. But deeper than that, they reveal the battle within. The sadness of resistance, the guilt of running, the longing for something he can't deny. It's all there, written across his gaze, if you know how to see it. Doesn't it almost overwhelm you sometimes? How one look from him can undo all the silence, all the distance, all the resistance. Doesn't it amaze you that in a single glance, you feel everything his words won't admit? That is the bond speaking through his eyes. His eyes change before reunion because the closer his soul gets to surrender, the harder it becomes to hide. They hold a softness, a pull, a depth that makes it impossible to pretend. His ego may fight, but his gaze cannot lie. So if you've noticed his eyes shifting, if you've seen the truth in them even when his behavior confuses you, trust it. His eyes are showing you what his soul has always known, that the love between you was never gone, only hidden. And now, it is rising to the surface. Before reunion, the divine masculine's body becomes restless in ways he cannot explain. His energy feels unsettled. His movements become tense, and even the simplest tasks feel heavy. This is because the closer he gets to reaching out, the more his body reacts to the pressure of the bond. Restlessness shows up everywhere. He paces without knowing why. He can't sit still. His mind circles back to you again and again, making it hard for him to focus on anything else. His chest feels tight. His hands may shake, and his breathing becomes uneven when thoughts of you overwhelm him. It's as if his body knows he's supposed to take action, but his ego is still resisting. Have you ever felt sudden waves of anxious energy that weren't yours? Have you noticed days where you feel his tension as if it's sitting right on your shoulders? That's not imagination. That's his restlessness spilling into your field, a sign that he's preparing to break silence. This restlessness grows stronger the closer he gets to contacting you. He replays what he might say. He hesitates, then convinces himself to wait, only to circle back again. The back and forth burns inside him, and his body carries the fire. That's why he seems more distracted, why his presence feels heavier, why you can sense him even more intensely than usual. And yet, this restlessness is sacred. It is the push that weakens his ego. The more uncomfortable he becomes, the less power his fear has. His body is preparing him, forcing him out of his comfort zone until the pressure of holding back becomes greater than the fear of reaching out. Doesn't it amaze you how you can feel his approach before it even happens? Doesn't it almost shock you that your body reacts to his restlessness, as if the bond itself is preparing you both for the same moment? This is not coincidence. This is alignment. His restlessness before contact is proof that the reunion is already working through him. He may delay, he may hesitate, but he cannot escape the pull. His body won't let him, his energy won't let him, and eventually that restlessness will drive him to do the one thing he's been resisting all along: return to you. As reunion draws closer, the divine masculine begins to experience changes in his daily habits. The foods, routines, and even the environments that once comforted him suddenly feel out of alignment. His body begins craving different things because his energy is shifting. He may feel drawn to healthier choices without knowing why, drinking more water, craving lighter foods, or even avoiding substances he once relied on to numb his emotions. Other times, he may swing the opposite way at first, overindulging in comfort food, caffeine, or distractions, only to feel drained and restless afterward. His body is trying to purge the old and prepare for the new, and that battle shows up in his habits. Have you noticed how sometimes you feel a sudden craving for foods or experiences that aren't even yours? Doesn't it surprise you when your energy seems to mirror his shifts without explanation? This is the bond at work. His physical changes echo into your field. The masculine also begins craving connection differently. What once felt safe, shallow conversations, casual encounters, meaningless routines, suddenly feels empty. He may withdraw from groups, lose interest in certain activities, or feel restless in environments that once satisfied him. His soul is telling him that the old cycle cannot continue, and his body responds by rejecting what no longer serves him. These shifts may confuse him. He doesn't always understand why his favorite foods taste different, why his habits don't feel satisfying, why the same environments now drain him. But this is proof that his energy is aligning for reunion. His body is clearing space even before his mind has caught up. And there's another layer. His cravings may also point toward you. He feels drawn to the music you love, the foods you enjoy, the places you've been. He may not consciously link it to you, but his body knows. His soul is guiding him back through subtle pulls, weaving you into his daily life even when he resists. Doesn't it amaze you how alignment shows up in the smallest details? How something as simple as a craving can reveal a soul's preparation for union. That's because nothing in this journey is random, not even the food he eats or the routines he breaks. So when his habits shift, when his cravings change, when his routines feel unsettled, trust it. These are physical signs of transformation. His body is preparing for the higher frequency of reunion, making sure he is no longer fueled by the old, but aligned with what's real. As the divine masculine approaches reunion, his aura begins to change in ways that even others can sense. The energy field around him shifts, and his presence carries a different weight. People may not understand what's happening, but they feel it. They notice something is different about him, even if he can't explain it himself. The masculine has always carried walls, layers of protection, and energy designed to hide his vulnerability. But when the bond begins pressing on him, those walls start to weaken. His aura becomes more transparent. The heaviness of guilt, the restlessness of longing, and the undeniable pull toward you begin radiating through his field. He may try to act the same, but his energy tells the truth. Have you ever felt his presence enter a room before you even saw him? Doesn't it amaze you that without a word, your whole body reacts to his energy? That is the aura shift, his soul broadcasting louder than his actions. Before reunion, others may also notice this change. Some may feel drawn to him without understanding why. Others may feel uneasy around him, sensing the storm of transformation inside. His presence disrupts normal spaces because his energy is recalibrating, preparing to match yours. This transformation is not always comfortable for him. He may feel watched, exposed, or misunderstood. Strangers may comment that he seems different. Friends may sense that he's not himself. What's really happening is that his aura is beginning to reflect his true self, no longer hidden by ego. His soul is bleeding into his presence, and people can feel it. For the feminine, this shift is powerful confirmation. Even at a distance, you can feel his aura more strongly. His presence lingers longer. His energy feels sharper, heavier, or sometimes softer, depending on what phase he's in. And it all points to one truth. He is changing, and the change is visible beyond the physical. Have you noticed how your own energy shifts when you think of him? Your mood, your body, even your breath. Doesn't it almost overwhelm you that the bond is strong enough to alter your field just by his presence in your mind? That's the mirror effect of aura transformation. As reunion approaches, his aura glows with both struggle and awakening. He cannot hide it, no matter how hard he tries. And in that glow, in that invisible yet undeniable shift, you will know his soul is preparing to stand beside you, not in illusion, but in truth. When the divine masculine resists the bond, his soul doesn't stay quiet. The harder he fights, the heavier the weight becomes, and his body is the first to reveal it. Before reunion, one of the clearest physical signs is exhaustion. Not the kind that disappears after a good night's rest, but a deep, draining fatigue that follows him everywhere. His energy is divided. His soul is pulling him toward you, while his ego is pulling him away. That constant push and pull burns through his strength. No matter how much he sleeps, he wakes up tired. No matter how much he distracts himself, he feels drained. His resistance is costing him energy, and the body keeps the score. Have you ever felt sudden waves of exhaustion out of nowhere, as if your body was carrying something that wasn't yours? Have you noticed that when you sense him heavily, your own energy feels heavier too? This is the bond mirroring his fatigue. His fight against the connection spills into your field because you are linked. Exhaustion also shows up in his focus. He may struggle to concentrate, forgetting things he normally wouldn't. His body feels heavier, his mood unsteady. Even tasks that used to feel easy now seem overwhelming. This is not laziness. It's the toll of resisting truth. His soul knows the path, but his ego's refusal makes every step harder. And yet, this exhaustion serves a purpose. It is divine justice working through the physical. The universe allows his energy to drain so that he cannot keep running forever. Eventually, the fatigue becomes stronger than the fear. Eventually, he realizes that surrender is easier than resistance. Doesn't it amaze you that love this powerful can weaken the body when it's denied? Doesn't it almost shock you that the very act of hiding from the bond creates more pain than facing it? That's the proof of its divinity. It was never meant to be avoided. The masculine's exhaustion before reunion is not random. It is the breaking down of his defenses. The body is forcing him to slow down, to stop fighting, to finally admit what the soul has been saying all along. You are the truth. So if you've felt his heaviness, if you've noticed the fatigue in his field, trust it. It's not the end. It's the preparation. His body is wearing down the ego so that his soul can finally rise. There is always a breaking point, a moment when the divine masculine's body and soul align so strongly that his resistance can no longer stand. This is the final physical shift before reunion, the point where everything in him begins to surrender, whether he admits it or not. This shift is different from the rest. His body, once restless and heavy, starts to show signs of release. The constant tension eases, his face softens, and his energy feels calmer, not because he doesn't care anymore, but because he is finally letting go of the fight. His soul begins to take the lead. You may notice that his presence feels clearer, lighter, as if something heavy has been lifted from him. People around him might comment that he seems different, more grounded, or even more peaceful. And yet beneath that peace, there is still intensity, the quiet fire of a man preparing to step into truth. Have you ever felt a sudden calm after weeks of sensing his heaviness? Doesn't it almost surprise you when his energy shifts overnight, from restless to still, from heavy to almost serene? That is the final sign. He is no longer resisting as much. He is moving closer. This latter shift often comes with decisive action. He may reach out, sometimes in subtle ways, sometimes in bold ones. He may find himself unable to stop thinking about you until contact becomes unavoidable. His body, his heart, his energy, all of them align in one direction, toward reunion. And the closer this moment comes, the more obvious the signs become. His eyes soften when he sees you. His restlessness turns into clarity. His exhaustion turns into determination. His aura, once heavy with conflict, glows with a readiness he doesn't even fully understand. The final shift is the body's way of saying, it's time. The walls are collapsing, the illusions are breaking, and the path is clearing. He may not know how to explain it, but his soul knows exactly what is happening. Doesn't it amaze you how you can feel this shift without a single word spoken? Doesn't it confirm everything you've known deep down, that reunion isn't just a hope, but an unfolding reality? This last change proves that the bond was never just emotional, never just spiritual. It has always been physical too. His body carries the truth his ego denied, and now that truth is breaking through. The final shift before reunion is not just about him moving toward you. It's about him finally moving toward himself, the man his soul always knew he was meant to be. No matter how hard he tries to hide, no matter how many masks he wears, the divine masculine's body always tells the truth. His soul has been speaking through his physical form all along. In his restless sleep, in the look in his eyes, in his fatigue, in his cravings, in his aura, and in the way his energy shifts before he reaches for you. This is the great secret of the twin flame journey. The soul cannot be silenced, and the body refuses to lie. Every physical change you've seen in him is proof that reunion is not just a dream. It is already unfolding within him. You may not always hear the words you want. You may not always see the actions you expect. But his body betrays him. It reveals the pull, the longing, the devotion he cannot put into sentences. Even when he runs, even when he resists, his body keeps showing you the truth. He has always loved you, and he cannot escape it. Have you ever noticed how his presence lingers long after he leaves, as if his energy imprints itself on the space around you? Doesn't it amaze you how your body reacts to his, even without touch? A simple glance, a simple silence, and everything in you shifts. That is the language of the soul, written into the physical. And here is what you must remember. These physical signs are not random, and they are not small. They are the universe's way of confirming what your intuition already knows. They are proof that the bond is alive, proof that he is awakening, proof that reunion is closer than you think. His soul has chosen you. His body is preparing for you. And no matter how much time or distance lies between you, the truth is undeniable. His body reveals what his words try to hide. So take heart. Trust what you feel. Believe what you see. Because every restless night, every shift in his eyes, every moment of exhaustion, every glow in his aura, it all leads to the same place. The body cannot lie. The soul cannot be silenced. And his love for you, it was always there.